You possess and have available to you virtually unlimited mental powers. The average person is unaware of these powers and fails to use them for goal attainment. That is why his or her results are only average. But when you begin to tap into and unleash the power of your subconscious mind, you will often achieve more in a year or two than the average person achieves in a lifetime. You will start moving more rapidly towards your goals than you can currently imagine. Your ability to visualize is perhaps the most powerful faculty that you possess. All improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. You are where you are and what you are today largely because of the mental pictures that you hold in your conscious mind at the present time. As you change your mental pictures on the inside, your world on the outside will begin to change to correspond to those pictures. You have been using the power of visualization continuously throughout your life. But the problem is that most people use visualization in a random and haphazard way, sometimes to help themselves and sometimes to hurt themselves. Your goal should be to take complete control of the visualization process and be sure that your mind and mental images are focused continually on the things that you want to have and the person that you want to be. In essence, you control the molding and shaping of your own personality and character by the mental images that you dwell upon hour by hour and minute by minute. By changing your mental images, you change the way you think, feel, and act. You change the way that you treat other people and the way they respond to you. You change your performance and your results. You can actually remake yourself in the image of the very best person that you can imagine yourself becoming. This is all part of the constructive use of visualization. In professional athletics, there's a training method called mental rehearsal. Top athletes in every field today mentally rehearse their events before they go into active competition. They see themselves performing at their best prior to every event. For many days and hours prior to a major competition, they practice visualizing themselves performing over and over again. Figure skaters, for example, will play the music to their skating routines over and over again while they sit, deeply relaxed, eyes closed, imagining themselves skating on the ice. One of the benefits of skating in their minds is that they never fall or make a mistake during this process of mental preparation. They see themselves skating their routines perfectly, over and over again, before they actually go onto the ice. By this time, their subconscious minds have been trained to take them through their routines smoothly and gracefully. Your physical body has no mind of its own. The slightest movement of your fingers or toes is controlled by your central computer, your brain. It is your mind that sends impulses of nerve energy down your spine and throughout your body to your muscles to coordinate your physical activities. When you visualize, you actually train your master computer. You program your mind with the performance that you want your body to carry out. There are 4 parts of visualization that you can learn and practice to assure that you use this incredible power to its best advantage all the days of your life. The first aspect of visualization is frequency. Frequency refers to the number of times that you visualize a particular goal as achieved, or yourself performing in an excellent way in a particular event or circumstance. The more frequently you repeat a clear mental picture of your very best performance or result, the more rapidly it will be accepted by your subconscious mind and the more readily it will appear as part of your reality. The second element of visualization is the duration of the mental image. Duration refers to the length of time that you can hold the picture in your mind each time you replay it. When you deeply relax, you can often hold a mental picture of yourself performing at your best for several seconds, and even several minutes. The longer you can hold your mental picture, the more deeply it will be impressed into your subconscious mind, and the more rapidly it will express itself in your subsequent performance. The third element of visualization is vividness. There's a direct relationship between how clearly you can see your desired goal or result in your mind and how quickly it comes into your reality. When you set a new goal for yourself, your image or picture of this goal will usually be vague and fuzzy. You may have no idea at all what the successful goal will look like. But the more often you write it, review it, and repeat it mentally, the clearer it becomes for you. At a certain point, it will become crystal clear. At that point, the goal will suddenly appear in your world exactly as you imagined it. The fourth element of visualization is intensity. The intensity of a visualization refers to the amount of emotion that you attach to your visual image. In reality, this is the most important and powerful part of the visualization process. Sometimes, if your emotion is intense enough and your visual image is clear enough, your goal will come true immediately. Of course, the elements of frequency, duration, vividness, and intensity can help you or hurt you. Nature is neutral. The power of visualization is neutral as well. It is like a two-edged sword. It can cut in either direction. It can either make you a success or make you a failure. Visualization brings you whatever you vividly and intensely imagine, whether good or bad. For example, worry is a form of negative goal setting. It is the process of thinking about, imagining, and visualizing, combined with feelings of fear and anxiety, exactly those things that you don't want to happen. But, because visualization is neutral, when you worry, you are using this power in a negative way. Exactly those things that you don't want will be attracted into your life. In every area of your life, you can use visualization to make it better. As with goal setting, the two best times to visualize are late in the evening or early in the morning. When you visualize your goals as if they already existed before you go to sleep, your subconscious mind accepts them at a deeper and deeper level. It then adjusts your words and actions during the day so that you do and say more and more of those things that will make your goals into realities. Another time to visualize is first thing in the morning, before you start out. Clear mental images of what you want to accomplish during the day will make it far more likely that you achieve those results exactly as you imagined and on schedule. All improvement in your life starts with an improvement in your mental pictures. Start today to flood your mind with pictures of the person you want to be, the life you want to live, and the goals you want to achieve. Cut out pictures from magazines and newspapers that are consistent with your goals and desires. Post them everywhere. Review them regularly. Discuss them often. Imagine them continually. Make your life an ongoing process of positive visualization, continually imagining and visioneering your ideal goals and your perfect future. All important breakthroughs in all fields throughout history have been the result of superconscious functioning. Whenever you have suddenly originated a great idea or insight that solved a problem or resolved a dilemma, you have had a superconscious experience. Great scientific breakthroughs, like the discovery of DNA, or the breakthrough idea combining ceramics with electricity that led to the discovery of superconductivity, were superconscious in origin. The great musicians tapped into and used their superconscious minds repeatedly in the creation of their compositions. Mozart, for example, could see an entire opera in his mind, note perfect, before he began writing. He would then transcribe the opera from his mental picture without a single mistake the very first time. It could then be played in public without revision. Nothing like this had ever been seen or experienced in all the history of music. Any thought, plan, goal, or idea held continuously in the conscious mind must inevitably be brought into reality by the superconscious mind. Your superconscious mind operates best when you are in a mental state of calm, confident, relaxed expectation. Whenever you practice relaxation and solitude, completely letting go of all your cares and sit quietly or commune with nature, your superconscious mind begins to function. Whenever you go into the silence and listen to the still, small voice within you, you begin to hear the whisperings of your superconscious mind. Your intuition is your connection and your contact with the superconscious mind. Sometimes your intuition will speak to you so loudly in the silence that the idea or insight it brings you will change your entire life. The superconscious mind explains two phenomena that you experience regularly throughout your life: serendipity and synchronicity. The more you use your superconscious mind, the more often you will enjoy these two wonderful experiences. Serendipity is the process of making happy discoveries along the road of life. Whenever you have a clear goal that you visualize continually and that you are working toward each day, happy, unexpected events and experiences seem to occur in your life, each of which seems to help you to achieve your goals even faster. You might come across an article in a magazine, or someone mentioned something to you that you didn't know before. You might even flip to a program on television that has exactly the idea or insight that you need to solve a particular problem or answer a key question. You will often have a setback or temporary failure that turns out to be exactly the right thing to happen to you at that moment. The interesting point is that if you look for something good in every situation, you will always seem to find it. The very attitude of expecting good things to happen to you seems to trigger their occurrence over and over again. If you calmly and confidently believe in the magic of serendipity, no matter what happens, you will have repeated serendipitous experiences that will help you to achieve your real goals in life. The second phenomenon that you will experience regularly is called synchronicity. This is different from the law of cause and effect, the iron law of the universe, in a special way. The law of cause and effect says that everything happens for a specific reason, and that there is a traceable cause for every effect. With synchronicity, however, the only relationship between two events that occur simultaneously is the meaning that you give to them by the goals that you have in different areas of your life. Here's an example. You set a goal to double your income, but the following week you either quit or get fired completely unexpectedly. This initially looks like a real setback, but the next day in conversation, a friend asks you if you've ever thought of working in a particular field. As it happened, you'd read several articles about that field over the past year, and you'd thought about getting into it, but you didn't know how to go about it. You decide to investigate further, you identify a growing company, interview for a job, start work, and 1 year later, you find yourself earning twice as much as you were at your previous job and enjoying it more. Now you'll notice there was no direct cause and effect relationship between these separate events. They seemed to be disconnected in time and space, but they had one thing in common. They helped you to achieve the real goal that you had set for yourself, which was to double your income. You must be open to the possibility of this happening all the time. Two ways for you to stimulate your superconscious mind into action. The first is for you to concentrate and work intensely on achieving your goal. Throw your whole heart into what you are doing. Think about it. Talk about it. Write it down. Rewrite it and review it every single day. Do everything that you possibly can to think of that can help you to attain that goal. When you dedicate yourself to continuous, determined forward action toward the accomplishment of your goal, all sorts of serendipitous and synchronous events will happen to you and for you. People will emerge from unexpected places to help you. You will receive phone calls and offers of assistance. You will come across ideas and information that you would not have recognized before. You will have ideas and insights that move you even faster towards your goal. The second way to stimulate your superconscious mind is for you to relax completely and get your mind busy elsewhere. For example, when you go on vacation, you often become so busy doing other things that you don't think about your goals or problems at all. It seems that the more you can completely relax and let go, both mentally and physically, the more rapidly your superconscious mind will click into action and begin giving you the ideas and insights that you need. It seems that the harder that you don't try, the faster your superconscious mind will work for you. You should try both methods on every goal. First, work with single-minded concentration on the goal. Commit 100% of your energies to solving the problem. Then, if you have still not experienced the breakthrough you desire, get your mind busy elsewhere. Take some time off. Go on vacation. Engage in physical exercise or go to a movie. Forget about it completely for a while. Then, at exactly the right time, your superconscious mind will function and the answer will appear. Your superconscious mind is the most powerful faculty that you have. It is available and accessible to you at all times. You dial in to your superconscious mind by being absolutely clear about what you want, and then by calmly and confidently trusting that exactly the answer you need will come to you at exactly the time you are ready for it. The more you relax and trust in this great power, the better and faster it will function. It's been said that men and women begin to become great when they begin to listen to their inner voices. When you make a regular habit of listening to your intuition and trusting your inner voice, you will probably never make another mistake. By tapping into your superconscious mind, you begin to bring your whole life into harmony with this great universal power. You will achieve goal after goal and move forward faster and faster in everything you do. Remain flexible at all times. Today, perhaps the most important factor affecting your life is the speed of change. By its very nature, change is unpredictable, often forcing us to scrap our very best plans and ideas overnight as a result of a completely new and unexpected development coming from a new and unexpected direction. As a result, we have to remain flexible in our thinking and in our possible courses of action. Change causes enormous stress for people who are fixed or rigid in their beliefs about how things should be. They fall in love with what they are doing, with their current methods and processes, and are unwilling to change even in the face of overwhelming evidence that it's now necessary. Don't let this happen to you. The only real question you should be asking about what you are doing is, does it work? Is it achieving the end results desired? Based on the current situation, is this the best course of action? The only measure of the rightness or wrongness of a particular decision or course of action is its effectiveness in accomplishing the result desired, or in achieving the goal that you have set. Keep asking, does it work? To remain flexible, you must be constantly open, alert to new ideas, information, and knowledge that can help you or hurt you in your business or in the achievement of your goals. One new idea can be enough to make or lose you a fortune. One idea can start you on the road to riches or knock you off it. One piece of information at the right time can save you enormous amounts of time, trouble, and money. Lack of that information can cost you a fortune. Don't let your ego cloud your judgment or your common sense. Be more concerned with what's right rather than who's right. You must be open to the fact that most of your decisions will turn out to be wrong in the fullness of time. Be prepared to be flexible, especially in the face of new information, technology, or competition. There are 3 statements that you can learn to say over and over to remain flexible in turbulent times. Here they are. The first is, I was wrong. Most people would rather bluff, bluster, and deny rather than to admit that they were wrong. What makes the refusal to admit that you are wrong even worse is when everyone around you already knows that you are wrong. You are the only one who is fooling anyone, and that one person you are attempting to fool is yourself. When you realize that you are wrong, the smartest thing you can do is to admit it quickly, solve the problem, and get on with achieving the goal or result in a different way. It's been estimated that as much as 80% of the time and energy of the key people in large companies and organizations is devoted to covering up the fact that they are wrong and they don't want to admit it. Many companies, small and large, have actually gone bankrupt because of a refusal or failure to admit an obvious mistake. The second statement that you must learn to say to remain flexible is, I made a mistake. It is absolutely amazing how much time, energy, and money is wasted because someone's ego is so large that they will not admit that they have made a mistake, even one that is obvious to everyone around them. Once you say the words, I was wrong, or I made a mistake, the issue is largely over. From then on, everybody can get on with resolving the problem or achieving the goal. But as long as a key person is unwilling to admit that he or she has taken the wrong course, everything comes to a stop. The third statement you should learn to say quickly and easily is, I changed my mind. If you get new information that contradicts the information upon which you made a previous decision, be prepared to admit candidly that, I changed my mind. It's not a weakness or a character flaw to be wrong, to make a mistake, or to change your mind. In fact, in a time of rapid change in the areas of knowledge, technology, and competition, it's a mark of courage, character, and flexibility to be willing to cut your losses quickly and practice the reality principle in everything you do. Be willing to deal with the world as it is, rather than the way you wish it were, or the way that it might have been in the past. Face the truth, whatever it is. Be honest with yourself and everyone around you. Always be open to re-evaluating your goals and objectives in the light of new information, technology, or competition. Based on what you now know, is this the best course of action? If it is not, what else should you do? What else could you do? If it is a goal, and the circumstances under which you made the goal have changed dramatically, be sure that you still want the goal badly enough to struggle and sacrifice for it. Be willing to drop it and set a new goal if you've changed your mind, or if the goal is no longer as important to you today as it once was. In a time of rapid change, resolve to be the first to recognize and embrace change when it occurs. Expect it as part of the normal and natural course of events. Refuse to be surprised or upset when things do not work out the way you thought they would or should. Especially, be flexible with the important people in your life, your family, your friends, your co-workers, and your customers. Be open to differing points of view and different ideas. Be continually willing to admit that you could be wrong, because you often are. One of the characteristics of the best leaders is that they are good listeners. They ask a lot of questions, and they take in all the information possible before making up their minds or coming to a final conclusion. They also admit failure and cut their losses quickly when they make a mistake so that they can move on to bigger and better things. When you set a new goal for yourself, you will have a general idea of the steps you should take and the direction you should pursue. But almost inevitably, as you start off, you will run into unexpected roadblocks that make it impossible to continue in that direction. However, by some miracle, just as you reach a wall, another door of opportunity will open up along the corridor to success. Because you are flexible, you will quickly take advantage of the new opportunity and begin moving in that direction, developing that new product or service, selling into that new market or customer base. And as you move down this new corridor, you will run into another obstacle or roadblock that might again block your progress. Just as you hit this new wall or obstruction, however, another opportunity will open up for you and take you down a different corridor towards your goal. This may happen several times with several false starts. In almost every case, you will achieve your greatest success in an area very different from what you initially thought when you started out. You will achieve your greatest business and personal successes doing things that are very different from what you had initially planned. The key is to remain flexible. Here's the most important rule of flexibility. Be clear about your goal, but be flexible about the process of achieving it.